The township of Tumbarumba is located 5 hours from Sydney, around 5 hours from Melbourne, and roughly 3 hours from Canberra. Settled in New South Wales, it's bounced back from fires and floods and COVID-19 in the past 18 months. Surrounded by the beauty of the snowy mountain peaks, expansive vineyards, lush pastures, and the crystal clear streams brimming with trout, it's a tight-knit community that really looks after its own. Known for its mountain climate, award-winning vineyards, grass-fed beef and lamb, blueberries and raspberries, and of course, plantation forestry, which creates plenty of employment for the region. Tumbarumba has everything to meet a traveller's needs, with 2 supermarkets, a chemist, cafes, bakeries, shops, service stations, banks, a hospital, library, mechanics, and a hardware store, and of course, the pub. And here we are. The pub. It's a place where mates meet, drinks are drunk, and friendships are forged. There are over 6,000 pubs in Australia, and today we're at one of them, the Tumba Hotel in the heart of Tumbarumba. I'm John Hart from Greataussiepubs, aka the Pub Whisperer. Come on in, let's check it out. It's Pub Supporting People Day.
Gonna take you away from home. Gonna take you for a ride.
It's just, everyone's a big community around here and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Like,
And pubs like this one in particular, does look after its community, yeah?
yeah, these guys have like a local raffle that goes on, and every cent that goes into the meat raffle goes towards charity.
Yeah.
It's all his chosen charity, and I'd put $20 a week into it, and I love it. It's going towards a good cause.
Yeah.
And Greg here, he holds on to all the funds and raffles and everything, and really looks after the community, or he'll save the money, and if anyone in town needs help, the money that goes towards that raffle he'll put towards someone who needs help, whether it's buying them a wheelchair or whether it's getting them medication. So stuff like that.
And that means a lot to you?
It does. It's the Tumba spirit.
Nice.
Yeah. Everyone looks out for each other around here.
That's good. Is that what they call it, the Tumba spirit?
It is. Everyone looks out for each other around here. Like, if I'm in trouble, you guarantee a lot of other people will be by my side.
You don't get that in every town?
No. It's because we're a small community. Everyone knows everyone. I can't do anything around here without someone else knowing about it. Even if I didn't know I did it, but everyone else already knows that I did it.
We're enjoying some beverages, and I'm here with Betty Brenath, who's 87 years old. She's been coming to the Tumba since she was 5. But surely you haven't been drinking since the age of 5, Betty? No, you'd be in a bit of strife if you were. The current owners would not allow that either. So it's a good thing that you're 87 now. You enjoy a beverage? You enjoy a beer? What's your favourite drop? Diet Coke. Yeah, that keeps you sober, and it'll let you drive home as well. Yeah.
No, I don't.
You don't have your licence? Okay. Well, that's a good way to make sure that you definitely don't drink and drive. We're here in the Smokers Lounge with Worm. Worm's 52. He's lived here all his life, just about.
Just about.
Yeah. What do you love about the town?
Oh, just the people and the way that they pull together when you get a bit of a crisis, like we did in the fires and that. And pub here was just amazing. Like, cooked a lot of the tucker for the firefighters and volunteers, both volunteer and RFS, and all the forestry guys and human guys, anyone who had a tank of water on the back of their ute, basically, yeah, if they needed a food, they got one here, or of some shape, form or description.
So we're the old Tumba Hotel hat with a bit of pride, yeah?
Oh yeah, no, my father drank here when I was a kid, and then I sort of drank here, and yeah, seen a lot of funny things and a lot of good times.
You've had a horse in here?
I have had a horse in here, yes, and some years ago now, probably about 20 years ago it would have been that I had a horse in here. Had one down at the other pub about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago I suppose. Yeah.
Was she thirsty?
No, she wasn't. She was a bit of a gambler, went over into the pokies. There was only a couple of pokies there, she was straight there.
Did she win the thing?
No, not a thing.
No,
a lot of hearts.
Yeah, a lot of hearts.
A lot of hearts.
Yeah. Won a few hearts here at the pub yourself?
I have, yeah, over the years. I've won a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, without going into too much
Let's not
detail.
Let's keep that to ourselves. We can't give away too many secrets.
You are correct.
You struggled during COVID when you couldn't sing or dance in the pub?
Oh yeah, that was a bit how you going. I can understand it to a degree. The sitting down was the bit that I found the hardest. You had to sit down to drink beer. I don't see the difference between standing there and having a beer as sitting down and having one, you know. I understand with total strangers and that sort of thing, you've got a social distance and all of that, but because you just don't know where they're from, where they've been or anything like that. Been away for a couple of weeks and they're sort of missing me a little bit.
Will you be drinking? You are drinking, but will you be dancing and singing tonight?
I could have a little dance, yes, that could be possible. We'll just see what goes on here.
What do we need to put on the jukebox for you to do that?
I think there's a live band here tonight, so we'll see how they go, and I'll see, I might have a few more sherbets here. Things could get a bit messy.
Good. Well, there you go.
Funny.
Yeah, or how about both? That'll be good. It's the Tumba Hotel. I'm here with Worm. Had a good chat and loves the town, loves the people, loves the pub. And when you can, check it out. We're not far from the Victorian border in New South Wales at Tumbarumba in the Tumba Hotel, and we love the hats.
And there are no strangers here, just friends that we haven't met before.
You have it. There we go. It is getting late into the evening. I'm here with Simone. She is the bar supervisor, newly appointed. You've been here for the last 12 months, Simone?
Yeah, since COVID opened everything back up.
When you're getting, a few people who've had a few too many, what's your protocol? Do you have things that you got to say here and there?
Yeah, we've actually just cut someone off then, and that's generally just a sorry mate, no more. Have a glass of water, come back to me in 20 minutes. Maybe we can talk about it then. But most people are pretty good about it, and if not, that's what Greg's for.
Yep. Yeah. Now he's been. I can see that he's definitely got a supervisor role. He sits in the corner and views everything that's going on. It's a good fun team.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a good fun team here?
It really, really does. Yeah. There's not many of us, but it is. I mean, it is what you make it. But with other Greg as well. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. So you and Greg behind the bar, you work as a pretty good team.
Yeah. He's only been here maybe a month or so, but he's done this before, and yeah, it's one of those things you either get it or you don't. He gets it, so it's easy.
Yeah. What is the most difficult thing about being behind the bar in a small town?
Having to be bright and shiny all the time,
Okay.
personality-wise.
Yeah, but you do a good job at this.
Thank you. Wasn't fishing for that. No, it's pretty much just dealing with people on their worst days, all of that sort of stuff, trying to make them feel that little bit better. Which, honestly, a bit of glitter and a beer, and that usually helps.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that we're here for Great Aussie Pubs, is because we're in search of pubs that look after their community and look after people's mental health, and just that. You're on the coalface of that. You're here to celebrate life with people, but you'd also see people that weren't doing so good. Does that happen?
Yeah, and it's one of those things that we're not in a country that really teaches our men to look after their mental health. It's not something that's spoken about a whole lot. So you learn to do what you can without actually coming across as like that preachy sort of person. You just make sure that they're okay where you can.
Yeah. We've given Greg and Sue a checklist of things that can be said. Is that going to come in handy, do you think?
I think so, yeah. I think for me personally, I've never had anybody quite that far along that I needed to use a checklist, but it's always helpful to have education out there, and that's the thing. The more we can talk about stuff like this, the more we can do as a community to support people who are suffering. That's the thing, like with the fires, with COVID, with everything that's going on, people are suffering.
Yeah. Sounds like this guy singing at the moment suffering, but there he goes again. But no, that people do suffer.
Yeah, and sometimes the only thing that might make a person's day is coming down at the end of work and having 2 or 3 beers and then going home, and it's all you can do is just be a smiley face. That's
the thing. But it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? You've got to sometimes really listen into what people have to say.
And that's definitely a learned skill. But it's one that I like to think I'm alright at.
Yeah, sure. Well, just active listening is it.
You treat people as people. If I were in that situation on that side of the bar going through whatever, I'd want to be treated like a person. So it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like or whatever. Get your beer, sit down, have a drink, and hopefully at the end of it you don't feel quite as awful. Because it's not about the alcohol, it's about everything else we've got going on in here.
Come and meet Simone, you want to meet Greg and get to know the team here at the Tumba Hotel. Greg and Sue, come and chat to the locals. Tumbarumba, New South Wales, come find it, putting it on the map. Tumbarumba's close-knit community of around 1,800 people were affected during the fires, floods and coronavirus in 2019 and 2020. But it was thanks to pubs like this one, the Tumba Hotel, that helped pull everyone together. Greg and Sue Scanlon, who run the pub and have done so for the last 2.5 years, they've done an enormous amount of work and they've put in long hours as well. Let's find out why they do it and why they still love it. First time Publicans, and you took on a beautiful town like Tumbarumba. What's been the highlight so far?
The highlight so far, I think, is just being able to expand the business, get the pub back to what it was in its glory day, get the locals back into a pub that they always called their own.
You've been here 2.5 years. Have there been some good lessons for you?
Oh, very good. Very good, yeah. Buy a pub, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Sure. Flood, COVID, bushfires. We've done the big three now.
Yeah.
So it was a learning curve that, in one regard, was a terrible time, but in the other regard, we learnt so much in such a short amount of time that it's really helped us find our business model.
Okay. When you look back on your journey so far, can you think of anything that you'd be doing differently? Everybody that I've spoken to in the town, I'm talking everybody, has absolutely loved both of your generous hearts.
Oh.
You've given so much back to the community, and that's why we're here today, to celebrate publicans that actually go the extra mile, look after the community's mental health, and you have been such a pivotal place for all of that, as you said, through the fires and the floods and coronavirus. Did it bring the town closer to you and the town closer together, Greg?
Definitely, yeah. There's people that drink here now that said they'd never drink here again, and we've got them back in. But it was just, like I said too, what do you do? It's Australian way, you help each other. There's nothing said. We're sitting in Wagga and go, well, we might go back and go broke, help, and then sit there and just sinking for no reason. So we just said, got our fingers out and went and hired a generator, and that's where it all started. And we had great help from Dennis Berg and his son, John, the electricians, getting us set up here to get the power hooked into the pub. And like I said, when that was done, we were the only place in town, the fires and that, could come and have a beer and just get away from the hectic pace of the fires. And as I said, there was nothing anywhere else. So, what has surprised me is, you say about pubs being hard in the community. When the fires hit, it was New Year's Eve, and the next day I went back out to Hillston to pick up some generators, and obviously there was no phone service here. So I'd say between here and Hillston, I would have had 150 phone calls, because the pub phones would advert to our mobiles, and that people, you say, they ring the pub will know what's happening in town. So yeah, the community's taking us on, and we've fit in, but I think we love it here now. Every day you sort of get a bit more of a local, but they say you've got to be buried here for 80 years before you're local, so I think we're a bit off yet.
You guys are putting in 12 to 18 hour days. That's a lot of hard work. That and it's not just that. You put in a lot of money so that you'd like to see the community come back time and time again to support you. Where do you actually get to have time off?
No. In a word, no. We're fortunate enough that both Greg and I are ex-military. We've got a lot of fabulous friends out there that we do have a couple that we can call on. They come down, they manage the pub for us, which allows us to have 1 or 2 days off. But generally, if we're going to have some downtime, we do it separately.
One of the things that you did during coronavirus when it hit, like day one, you had to pivot. So you had to basically make takeaway meals ready to go for everybody to enjoy wherever they were going.
Yeah. When Corona hit, the town was full of the fire clean-up crews. So everywhere, all the accommodation was booked out. We were booked out. I was in Canberra at the time. I rang Greg in the morning and said, I'm coming back. Shut the pub at 12 o'clock. We'll figure it out. We're members of the AHA, the Hoteliers Association. I had an email from them saying, yes, while you do have to physically close, you just can't consume on premise. So I rang Greg up. I said, I'll be back at 2-3 o'clock. We'll be open again at 5, and our whole menu went home delivery. Licensing also allowed you to home deliver alcohol. And that first night of shutdown, we did 190 meals.
And it continued on from there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were busier through that time than we had been with the doors open, because we were the only place that people could eat. We took the option of not opening through the daytime because you've got the cafes, the bakery, the coffee shops. They needed to make money, so they were open at lunchtimes but didn't open at night. So we didn't open through the day, we just opened at night.
Yeah. It sounds like you saved the community in many ways. The community saved you
I
back.
don't know.
Well,
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Well, look, when it came to the fires, you certainly did, and there's all sorts of stories about, you know, the town or the hub of the town, which is the pub, is and was people coming in here, and basically you did not have any electricity, so you couldn't charge people on card.
That's right. Yep.
And so you basically ran a tab.
Yeah, we did. We hired a generator from Coates, and as a sideline, I'd like to give a big shout out to Coates. They were absolutely fabulous. The generator that we got could have lit up the MCG, and when we finally got all our power restored and we were going to take it back, they donated it to us. All we paid was the transportation and the fuel.
It was over $10,000 worth of generator hire they donated to us. Yeah. So it was very good of them.
And they weren't the only ones that were generous with their support. There were others around.
Oh yeah, you know, the town really came together as a unit. You know, being a rural town, it's all, you know, your farmers, your forestry workers, your everything, they're all on the RFS. They're all in the SEC. SES. And, you know, they're out protecting everybody else while their homes were burning down, without any regard to themselves. And I did a lot of interviews with the ABC, and I said to a lot of them that if anyone can protect this town, it's our own RFS, because they've grown up with it, they work with it, and they know what to do with it. You know, that they would come in of an evening and that and talk to us, and they'd always say, you can't fight a fire that's higher than you. We have to let it come down the hill, get into the grass, then we can fight it.
That would be frightening.
Yeah, oh, it was, because we've got a big hill out the back here, and it came down the other side of the hill, and I remember coming into the pub and saying to Greg, what's our plan B?
Yeah.
Like, is that supposed to be happening out there?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, you know, we never intended for any of our actions to be the Greg and Sue show.
No.
We did what we wanted to do. We did what we were raised to do.
Yep.
And that's, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You need help, I'm here to help you. If I ever need help, we ever need help, we just really hope that, you know, people do the same for us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what community's about. And, well, you're all pretty friendly here. Not just you guys, but the town itself and all the people in the town. And it's really refreshing to see a community blossom out of what has been a bit of tragedy. I know that you know, you said that employment was down quite a lot as a result of the fires, but people, you know, kept coming in and kept celebrating life with you.
Yep. Yeah. Well, a lot of people always ask me, you know, do I have any regrets with getting into the pub? And I don't. You know, I have my whinge every now and again, and I'm tired and I'm grumpy and everything, but I wake up smiling every day and I go to bed smiling every night. And I love the people in the town. We have a lot of fun with them. You know who you can have a joke with and who you can't.
Yeah.
And, you know, every day goes past, you just feel that little bit warmer towards everybody.
It's a tough lifestyle, but it's a great lifestyle.
Yeah.
Once you can adapt to it, and like you said, you have your moments, And, but it's like, what other job do you go to the pub every day and shit to people and watch sport and watch the races and watch the footy and whatever, you know.
Play pool.
Yeah. It is a good lifestyle, and you make friends like in here.
Yeah.
And one thing you know about country people, they can tell you if you're genuine or you're a bullshit.
Yeah.
And they know we don't bullshit. They know who we are now.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't put up with crap.
Yeah.
We have our rules, we have our standards.
Yeah.
They love that because our aim is the family food market.
Yeah.
And they love to come here with their families and kids can have a good time. There's no crap going on. So but yeah, we have our moments. We're not perfect. But it is. It's a tough lifestyle, but it's a great lifestyle.
Good on you guys. The Tumba Hotel boasts 18 clean rooms for both families and couples, with a communal bathroom shared by guests. Out back is an area for overnight stays for caravanners, keen to check out the town and region. It also has toilets open 24/7. The pub is filled with memorabilia on its walls and has some amazing photos of the region taken before the fires. About 20 minutes south of Tumbarumba is Paddy's River Falls, a beautiful cascading waterfall that's definitely worth a look. Today is the first anniversary of the launch of the rail trail, the first in New South Wales. Where do we go to find it? We follow the signs.
Officially, on the first anniversary, declare this rail trail open.
The bike trail has proven to be so popular that during Carona Virus, over the last 12 months, up to 20,000 people have ridden its track. The town has converted a nursery into a bike hire place.
We got 3 of us on penny farthings here today.
How fast can you get up to on one of these on the trail? Do you reckon?
Probably at an average speed of around 20 k's an hour.
Okay.
Maybe 18, 19, 20.
Yeah.
It depends a lot on the surface. I've done this several times, and the surface is it's good service, fantastic rail trail. The amount of infrastructure they put into it has been absolutely mind-boggling. I've done a big rail trail down in Victoria, and that was right to Wangaratta, and it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as this. The crossings and the tunnels and all that sort of stuff they put in here, they've done a job properly.